Hi, welcome to Power Motion YouTube channel. Today this video we're going to talk about e-fat bike, specifically by a company called iGo. This is an extreme e-fat bike. So today e-fat bike generally price point around $3,000 to $4,000, and this bike is actually came under $2,500 Canadian. So it's a great price point. So I'm going to tell you a little bit more about this. So one other thing about this particular fat bike is extremely powerful. It actually have a 22 amp controller. So as a result, it provides quite a bit of power as far as the acceleration. Let's get into the spec of this bike. So this is an iGo Extreme Fat Bike. Price point wise, this is under $2,500 in Canadian dollar. US is probably around $2,000, $2,100. From a price point of view, this is a really great price because most of the e-fat bikes generally start around $3,000 to $5,000, and so this is definitely at an entry price level. So let's get into the specs. So on the top, you have a very wide handlebar, really nice grip. I really like that. It's pretty much following the mountain bike handlebar. On the stem, it has a tilting adjustable angle, so you can adjust the angle. So I really like that because it'll allow us to raise the handlebar a little bit more. So if you're a shorter hand, that it just kind of provide a little bit more better way to fit the geometry. On the right hand side, you have a 7-speed shifter. And then you have a mechanical brake, but mechanical disc brake. On the left hand side, you have the control panel or the display unit that provide you information about your electronic component. And then on the left hand side here, you have a throttle. Going down to the front of the bike, you have a built-in headlight. And one other thing I really want to highlight this is this particular, there are 4 holes here that allow you to put a front rack in here. So there's a few of those fat bike company that provide accessory like that. Okay, so now we put the rack onto the bike. As you can see, those 4 holes that we just bolted onto the rack. So it's a beautiful front rack, and iGo never actually talk about it, but you do have to relocate your headlight. But with this front rack, you can put your backpack or your camera bag, and then, you know, or even your drink bag or whatever that you need it to be, and you can get access from your front. It's extremely difficult to find the right fender for fat bike, and so it's kind of really nice that they come with the fender and just kind of give you a little bit of water protection here. So on the tire, you have the 26 by 4 inch Canada Crusade tire. So it gives you quite a bit of traction and so forth. And then you have the tactile disc brake and 180 millimeter rotary. So give you really, really good stopping power here. So on the crankset, they have a protected guard, so prevent your pan getting ripped or getting grease on it. And it looks like they have galvanized chain, so it's slightly rust proof. So it's a nice touch on this here. And then on the derailleur, it's a Shimano Alta derailleur. It's not the best, it's not the worst. So I would say just slightly above the entry level. It has a 7-speed cassette here. And then on the back side, you have a Buffing 500-watt motor, so it's a great power. One other thing I really want to mention is, instead of using a cheap controller, they are actually using a 22 amp controller, and then married with the 500-watt motor, it gives a lot of power. So it comes with the rack, and 2 most difficult thing to find is the fender, as well as rack to fit your fat bike. So it's a very nice touch that they already have a built-in rack for this configuration. And then the last thing is the battery right here. One thing that I noticed, iGo always bump up their spec in terms of the battery here. And so this is a 48 volt 13 mAh battery. Translation is 624 watt hour. So 600 watt hour provide you extended runtime. Next, I'm going to show you how to remove the battery from the frame. So basically put in your key and turn into unlock position. You have this handlebar, you just basically pull it out and make sure your hand catch on the bottom of the battery, otherwise it's gonna fall off. So to put it back, turn your key to unlock position and just basically snap it in and then pull out the key. That's how you lock the battery. And then on the frame is basically a hydroformed 6061 aluminum, so provide really good structure. Is also very lightweight. All right, so next what I like to just kind of highlight who is this bike for, and then also talk about the pros and cons of this particular bike. So who is this bike for? Well, typically for someone that's looking for a little bit more inexpensive. You know, most of the fat bike or e-fat bike, they're generally $3,500 and up. So if you're the person that's looking for e-fat bike but don't want to pay a high price, I think this is the bike for you. Or just typically if you're an adventure rider and just want to, you know, take a bike and go into the bush and be able to just, you know, going camping and so forth, I think this is the bike for you. Okay, so let's talk about the pros and cons. So on the pros side, definitely the price point. It's under $2,500 Canadian dollar. And it comes with nice accessory that you don't have to go hunt for it or pay for it. Come with a very nice fender as well as a rack. And the other benefit is the iGo had put in a much more larger battery. It has a 624 watt hour, so provide a lot of good distance. So let's talk about the con. Now the con doesn't always has to be negative. It could be negative for some people, it may not be negative for everybody. So the couple of downside that I would want to highlight, that it only has 7 speeds. So most of the fat bike generally start with 8 speed, 9 speed, and 10 speed. But yet the price point is so low that you can afford to basically upgrade it to a better drivetrain if you really want to. So that's probably one of the cons if you're looking for like top quality component. It's only have a 7 speed. And then the other thing is the brake. It's a mechanical brake. Now again, depending who you talk to, some people like the mechanical brake, especially riding in the winter, because hydraulic brake sometimes they do have problem in cold weather. Some people like mechanical brake and some people will prefer hydraulic brake because it provides you a great stopping power. So this particular bike only comes with mechanical brake. Now the last thing that I want to mention is it's only a 26 by 4 inch tire. Today the trend of the fat bike is getting wider and wider, generally 4.8 or 5.0 tire size. This is only a 26 by 4. Is it a pro? Is it a con? Well, it all depending how you're going to use it. I do like to have a little bit more narrow tire because I can maneuver the bike a lot more easier. If you have a wider tire, you're gonna have to, you know, harder to maneuver. But then having a wider tire will provide you traction. So it's all really depending where you're going, how you're gonna ride this bike. So it could be a pro, it could be a con. All right, that's the pros and cons of this particular bike here. All right, that's it for this video. I hope you enjoy this video. I hope you learned something about it. So to summarize, basically it's an e-fat bike by iGo. Has an entry price level. It provides you great feature like a larger battery pack, as well as the fender, as well as the rack that is already provided for the pricing. So it's a great value and great for people that just want to take this bike for adventure riding and so forth. So if you want more information about this e-fat bike, be sure to come into Eau Claire Market at Power Motion Store. We provide different type of e-fat bike as well as all kinds of electric bike. All right, thank you for watching and stay tuned and happy riding.